And former special counsel Jack Smith is testifying today before the House Judiciary Committee. House Republicans subpoenaed Smith earlier this month for a private deposition about his investigations into President Trump. And Smith is expected to testify about Trump's alleged mishandling of possession of classified documents and his role in trying to overturn the 2020 election. Smith's attorney spoke to reporters ahead of the deposition, saying he looks forward to answering the committee's questions.
Jack is showing tremendous courage in light of the remarkable and unprecedented retribution campaign against him by this administration and this White House. Let's be clear. Jack Smith, a career prosecutor, conducted this investigation based on the facts and based on the law and nothing more.
And now the committee is expected to grill Smith over documents and communications he was asked to turn over while serving as special counsel. Let's bring in ABC News Justice Department reporter Alex Mallin for more. Hi, Alex. So what's the House Judiciary Committee hoping to get out of this deposition?
Well, we've heard in recent months House Republicans and on the Senate side, Republicans really raising what they see as alarm bells over the way that Smith handles his investigations of President Trump. They've, been aided by this piecemeal disclosures that have been coming from the FBI and DOJ that they've singled out to say that there was wrongdoing by Smith in his investigation. Specifically, this evidence of toll records that Smith sought for several Republican lawmakers who were in touch with President Trump in the days surrounding the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Now, Smith is expected to explain this during his deposition today, which is behind closed doors, that those toll records are limited law enforcement information. They do not involve the content of the calls, despite many Republicans saying that he sought to tap their phones. He's going to say that this was a standard law enforcement practice, and he's going to really stand by his actions throughout both investigations. He's going to say in testimony that we've obtained that he believes that he had evidence beyond a reasonable doubt showing that President Trump committed crimes related to his mishandling of classified documents and obstruction of the government's efforts to retrieve those documents, as well as what he describes as his criminal efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss. Now, it's really unclear whether we will glean any new information. He's under real strict rules to not reveal anything in the way of grand jury evidence that he obtained. He's also under court order by District Judge Aileen Cannon down in Florida, who issued an order that prohibits anyone in this current Justice Department or former government officials from disclosing any materials that are related to Volume 2 of his report that describes President Trump's handling of classified documents. So he's really restricted on what he's able to say. And overriding all of this, obviously, is the government's efforts to target President Trump's enemies. You're going to expect to see the Justice Department poring over his testimony, every line of his testimony today, to see if he made anything in the way of false statements to Congress that they could potentially seek to charge him for, as we saw with former FBI Director Comey. So as his lawyer just said in the clip that you played, they say that this is an act of courage by Jack Smith in seeking to go and describe his investigations when he really does face real legal risk from a Justice Department that seems really intent on going after people that President Trump has described as his political targets, Diane.
All right, Justice reporter Alex Mallin, thank you.